Hi, my name is Kim and I'm a TV news anchor for an ABC affiliate. And I got my first job by moving to Boise from Corvallis, Oregon. I graduated from Oregon State, got my degree, and then moved to Boise because a friend had a relative who was working at a TV station there. I wasn't one of the fortunate ones who did an internship during college at a TV station, so I didn't have that experience. So I went to Boise to get my foot in the door, and I did what was kind of like an internship, even though I'd already graduated. The news director there let me come through the door and follow reporters along and get to know what they did day by day. And then eventually, within about 3 months, a job as an editor opened up. It wasn't my dream job, but I took it. It was 2 days a week, just weekends, rolling the show and putting tapes together and learning how all of that worked. So I was not on air whatsoever. The first 3 years in this business, I was an editor, and then I moved to photographer or a photojournalist. That's what we call them in the news business. So I was out with reporters as a photographer, putting together stories and learned what kind of questions they asked, then came back and edited their stories. And pretty soon I caught on to how they wrote those stories. So I decided I wanted to try to be on air. I moved from Boise back to my hometown, a very small town with very few people, which was a little odd at first, being on TV in the town I grew up in. My parents, of course, loved it, but it was a little bit scary, and to go back and try my hand the first time on air where people knew me was scary as well. But it was very fun, and being in a small community, which you most likely will do with your first job in TV news, is actually a great way to get the experience and get those contacts. In smaller areas, they're very nice and willing to talk with you, and it really does make your job easier. And within about 2 years, you'll realize you have so many contacts there, and then it's time to move on. Usually you'll sign about a 2 to 3 year contract for your first job. So just take advantage if you do that in your first job. Get to know the people in the community, and you will learn a lot from that experience, and it gets your foot in the door, and before long you'll be moving up to bigger and better things.